everybody? It's Zach. Welcome back to the Heroverse. And guys, I just got done with All-American Season 5, Episode 1 called Ludacrisms. I love the title because, you know, it's Christmas time. That's how we start off this episode. It is Christmas time. But before I get into, like, my spoiler review for Episode 1 of Season 5, I just want to start off by saying thank you to everybody that joined my pre-show live for All-American Season 5, Episode 1. You know, it was a big turnout. You know, we had 50-something people in there viewing the live stream, which is the most I've had on any pre-show live I've done, whether it be She-Hulk or anything else. That's the most viewers I had on a live stream. So I just want to say thank you. I really do appreciate it. I met some new faces. I met some familiar. I talked to some familiar faces that I've seen around my channel. So I just want to start by saying thank you for everybody that did join my pre-show live, and for anybody that's new here to the channel that's coming across my spoiler review for Episode 1 of Season 5 of All-American. I just want to say I would love it if you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and like this video. But to start off on this episode, you know, there was a lot going into this episode, especially after how we ended off in Season 4. You know, we have so many things going on, and to get everybody back together, to really start off this season. It's Christmas time, so everybody that's from Brixton, you know, like Simone and Cam, all came back to, of course, South Crenshaw to visit, you know, to come back home for the holidays. And you know, we start off this episode pretty much, you know, just with like a sing over montage. And right away, I was like, is that Cam singing? And it actually was Cam singing. But you know, we get a montage of what's been going on. You know, since, you know, since, you know, Olivia and Spencer are kind of like broken up. So we like see, you know, Spencer doing football, and, you know, he looks to the sidelines. Olivia's not there. We see, of course, you know, Jordan is recovering from his injury on the sidelines, and, you know, he's in therapy, physical therapy. And of course, we see also, you know, Asher, he is an assistant coach doing assistant coach things. And, you know, we get Billy and we see Olivia working together. Like, Billy's helping Olivia work on an article, and, you know, that's what she's been up to. And, you know, that's pretty much it. Like, we just get, like, and also Coop and Laura are, like, thriving in their, in Laura's new firm that she started up with Coop. So they're thriving. You know, she's been getting a lot of business. And, you know, we just see where everybody's headspace is at since we last saw what everything was going on at the end of Season 4. So I just love where we know where everybody's at, except, you know, it's Christmas time. We're in Slauson Cafe. Cam is singing. We have Simone. We have Keisha. Keisha came with Simone and Cam to, you know, of course, back to South Crenshaw. Because from my understanding is that the only reason that I think Keisha came with Cam and, of course, also with Simone is because Keisha was meeting Cam's parents for the first time, and that ended up not happening in this episode, which, you know, made me kind of upset, really, for Keisha, the way Cam was acting in this episode. Because, you know, we get, you know, Jordan, and we get Spencer coming in, and I think also, I think Layla's talking to, I'm not quite really sure who Layla's talking to. Oh, Layla's talking to Clay, and pretty much asking Clay, like, oh, like, I get what you're trying to do, because we see a lot of stuff that Layla's been going through, pretty much trying to get, like, legal things of her going through, like, you know, her lawyer trying to get the company back from Clay, even though Layla's father, JP, gave the company to Clay, so she's going through legal procedures trying to get her company back, or get the, you know, of course, the Keating, you know, label back, trying to use the law to do that, and, you know, and lawyers to do that, but it's not working. She tells Clay, like, I get it, you know, I understand you're upset, I understand that, you know, you're doing this to get me back. And then, of course, Clay's like, you know, why would I be doing this to get you back? You know, like, you really think highly of yourself, that you think I'm only interested in this company just because, you know, you wouldn't be with me or whatever. When that's exactly how he is. You know, he's saying it literally how we're seeing it, and pretty much confirming to Layla, like, he's only doing this, took JP's label, is to get back at Layla for not being with him. That's all it is. There's no secret, there's nothing. He just wants to be an asshole. So we have her talking to Clay. We have Jordan coming in, pretty much looking at, you know, sees how Simone and sees how Keisha are here and Cam are here, and they're like, oh, I forgot, you know, people coming home, you know, for the holidays, and he forgot that, you know, Simone would be back, and, you know, and that he's kind of like feels awkward about that because they haven't really, like, talked since they broke up. And of course, you know, he's of course looking at Layla, and of course Simone catches Jordan looking at Layla, and Simone's like, oh, like, I bet they're dating, or like, oh, I haven't talked to him, and you know what I mean, I forgot about, like, the awkwardness that I'm gonna have to deal with since I'm back on break. And pretty much, you know, Simone wants to have a talk with Layla, and Keisha's like, that's not a good idea, that you should be doing that when you guys aren't dating, and, you know, she did nothing wrong, same as how you did nothing wrong, when really, in all seriousness, Simone's the reason that kind of, like, you know, Jordan opened his eyes and looked at Layla and found that Layla and him are more of a perfect match. It's and also Simone's the reason that they broke up in the first place. Simone broke up with Jordan. So the fact that Simone wanted to go out of her way and go yell at Layla just made no sense to me, but thank God she didn't do it, and Keisha kind of, like, talked her out of that or whatever. I thought that was ridiculous. And of course, you know, I forget, like, I guess, you know, when Cam gets off the stage, you know, we have, Spencer talking to, of course, you know, Keisha, and talking to Simone, pretty much saying, you know, I'm happy to see you, like, oh, I was at your crib, or whatever, like, I was in your area, now you're in my area, pretty much welcoming Keisha to South Crenshaw. And of course, Cam gets jealous, saying, oh, like, I don't know why you're near my girl, or whatever. And then, of course, he gets jealous and walks away. And then, of course, like, Keisha's like, what just happened? And, of course, Simone's like, you just met the Los Angeles Cam, or whatever. And it's kind of like, you know, that's upsetting that, you know, Cam is jealous for no reason, because at the end of the day, Keisha's with Cam and not with Spencer. There's nothing there. It's just they're friends. But of course, Cam is jealous. And also, I feel like Cam is kind of, like, in a way, you know, feels embarrassed in a way that he feels like he can't tell Keisha that, you know, since he doesn't have a scholarship anymore, he has to either pay this money to stay at Brixton, which the money he does not have. And, you know, I feel like that's the reason why he didn't want to go through with inviting Keisha to meet his parents, is because of him. Maybe he hasn't told his parents yet. And then maybe he feels like there's no reason to do that, because he feels like they're going to break up anyways, because he can't stay at Brixton, because he can't come up with the money. I'm not quite sure. But in a way, he feels embarrassed in a way. And also he feels like, you know, she's talking to this dude, Spencer, my rival, that I can never one up ever. And also, he plays football still, and I don't, and he's probably jealous of the fact that he can't play football anymore still, in a way. So it's like, I understand, where, I was like, there's understandments there why probably Cam's acting like that, like acting upset, because there's other things going on with him having to pay the money to stay at Brixton, but there was no reason for him to act that way, because there's nothing that would be happening between Spencer and Keisha, even though Keisha kind of had a crush on Spencer when he first came to Brixton with Simone, Jordan, and, you know, what is it, Olivia. So it's kind of, in a way, it kind of, you know, it makes sense. It kind of like, and also, Cam wouldn't even know that, you know, Keisha kind of had a thing for Spencer, you know what I mean? Unless Keisha told Cam, which I highly doubt. So Cam just had nowhere. I was like, great, Cam's acting like an asshole again, like he usually is. I was like, okay, like, what the hell? Getting jealous for no reason after Spencer just gave you a compliment, and he's not trying to hit on your girl at all, because he still is, in a way, with Olivia, and that was kind of awkward, the whole, Spencer's there with Coop, and, you know, and Spencer was pretty much, you know, trying to explain, like, oh, how are you and Olivia, and then him trying to explain that to Keisha and also Simone, and then, you know, he's like, oh, we're just, you know, we're taking a break, you know, we really haven't had time to see each other, because, you know, she's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing, and all seriousness is, like, you know, that's what Spencer thinks. They're taking a break in his own head, they're still together in his own head, when in all seriousness, I think Olivia broke up with him, and Coop's just telling it how it is that, you know, she kind of broke up with you, you think you're still together in your own headspace. And that's kind of the thing that's going on right here. Is that, you know, you have Simone wanting to yell at Layla because Simone thinks that, you know, Layla's the reason that her and Jordan ended up breaking up, even though Simone's the reason that her and Jordan ended up breaking up, because she was the one kind of cheating on Jordan, and also she was the one that was also, also the one that broke up with him. So her wanting to yell at Layla, even if her and, you know, Jordan are together, which just made no sense to me. I was like, what sense does this make? And Keisha was like, what sense does this make? You did this. You know, he has every right to look at her, and she has every right to look at him. They have every right to date. I mean, at the end of the day, like, and she's like, pretty much says, like, what side are you on eventually and shit. So, you know, in a way, she kind of just wants Keisha to, like, agree with her and stuff. So, you know, after that, you know, after all that stuff that went down at Slauson Cafe, you know, we get into a whole bunch of things. We get into, like, Coop checking on Olivia, after Olivia has been pretty much staying at, you know, was it Grandpa Willie's old place, which, you know, that's where Billy and Laura stay at now, and it's kind of like the girls stay at, you know, Billy and Laura's old house or whatever. So, you know, we have, you know, just, you know, Billy pretty much trying to tell Olivia, like, look, you know, you need to take a break. We're not going to find anything. Wade, you know, was being very cryptic, I guess, on the fact that he said, check out these tapes. And that's all he said. And then Olivia said he sounded like he's trying to act like the Riddler. And he's not just telling us what the hell's going on. Did he just send me on some wild goose chase because, you know, he wanted to, like, you know, spite me? Or does he actually have this information? And, you know what I mean? Like, you know, she's pretty much like, you know, is there actually information here? And when you just tell us instead of just telling us to look at tapes and stuff? So, but Billy's like, okay, look, you know, it's holiday break. Just forget about this right now. We need to take a break. Go hang out. Go do something. And of course, she goes back home. Coop comes in, talks to Olivia, and that was a talk that really needed to happen when, you know, she's, you know, told, you know, Olivia, like, what the hell's going on or whatever. Like, why couldn't you just choose any other story? You know, Spencer came here looking for you and you weren't here, and, you know, just rip the Band-Aid off, if, you know, if you're gonna, like, break up with him, because, you know, this is getting ridiculous. It's not fair what you're doing to him. Is that the fact of, you know, you feel like you need to do this story because it benefits you or whatever, even though, like, you're not thinking about what this could do to him. And, you know, you're clearly not thinking about how this is making him feel in a way that he doesn't know if you guys are broken up or not. And he's kind of like, in a way, trying to hold on to the fact of like, oh, not like, you know what I mean, that you guys are still together. And it's like, that's not fair to Spencer because of what Olivia is doing. And I mean, it's messed up. I'm glad that, again, Coop said it how it is, because, again, Coop is family and Coop is allowed to go do that. So, you know, I'm really happy that Coop had that conversation, because guess what? She's been hiding initially from Spencer, going over to Grandpa Willie's house, so that way if Spencer came by to see Coop, she wouldn't be there. So she's literally going out of her way to hide from Spencer, because she's, like, running from her own issues, because, you know, she, like, in a way just doesn't want to have to deal with it, even though that's unfair, because how you not deal with it when you're initially in a relationship with somebody and that what you're doing is wrong, but you think that what you're doing is not wrong. So, you know what I mean? It's like, and if you wanted to break up with them, you should have been clear saying, I'm going to break up. This is it. Not, oh, I want to break or whatever. And it's like you're avoiding him when he's trying to talk to you and trying to like save the relationship. So I really felt bad, but I'm really happy Coop came there as family, saying, look, you can't be doing this to my friend. He's my family, Spencer. I understand you care for him. Do you even love him anymore? She's like, yes, I do. And she's like, you need to figure out what the hell is going on, because you guys can't live like this. It's ridiculous. And I was just happy that Coop came in there and told Olivia straight about that, because it was just really annoying. And then, of course, you know, we have Coop going back to Laura's place. And then that's when, you know, Coop finds out that, you know, Laura is, you know, pretty much, you know, Coop and Laura are, like, they're doing great right now. But Coop has been so busy and had a conversation, I'm pretty sure, with Asher about, you know, how things are going well, you know, between her and Laura's new law firm and stuff like that. You know, she really has been so busy. She couldn't really do anything else. She's running out of ink in her pens and stuff. And she's like, you know, I've just been so busy and so, like, focused on this. And, you know, Asher's doing very well. You know, Asher is an assistant coach. He's doing very well, like we saw in the montage of the opening of seeing what everybody's been up to. And, you know, that's when Coop finds out from Laura that, you know, Laura hired somebody else because, you know, they've been so busy and they've been so swamped with clients that, you know, she hired in a professional that actually that got his law degree and everything like that so he could fight in the courtroom. And pretty much, essentially, like, I guess that desk that Coop said, you know, who the hell are you, and why are you sitting in my desk or whatever, and why do you think that's your desk? In all seriousness, I think that was his desk. In all seriousness, is that she hired this dude is because, you know, she needs somebody that can fight in the courtroom, and Coop can't do that because Coop doesn't have her law degree yet. And that kind of, like, that kind of upsets Coop to the point of, like, thinking, in a way, I'm the reason that this is all happening, because I helped you, and you didn't communicate with me to let me know that you were doing this. When, in all seriousness, Laura should have communicated with Coop, because, you know, Coop was working with Laura, and she kind of just did it without letting Coop know. I understand Laura, you know, is the lawyer person in the situation. She's the one that decides if she needs help, but it would have been nice if she told Coop, saying, okay, there's going to be someone coming in. This isn't going to replace you or anything. I just need someone to fight in the courtroom, but, you know, it's still me and you. You know what I mean? We need more help. But she didn't do that. It makes Coop feel bad initially that she kind of, like, wants to leave the law, like, wants to, like, I guess not leave the law firm, even though that's what it sounded like, but in a way she wants to go to actual law school so she could get that degree, so she could be more of help to Laura and actually get to fight in the courtroom, and actually, like, she wants to become a lawyer, which is amazing that we got that confirmation in this episode that Coop actually wants to become a lawyer, which is really cool, because it's like we kind of got that notion when she, like, did those classes online so she could do that. At least that's what I thought. Or like she had to, like, graduate online so she could help out Laura. I think she had to take like law classes to do that. So I think that's what she had to do initially. But to find out actually she's going to school, and it kind of, like, is like really now knowing that this is what Coop actually wants to pursue, is to become a lawyer, so she can really, like, play a bigger part in Laura, as, like, more of a partner to Laura in her new law firm that she started up with Laura. So, we have, and around this time is that Spencer goes, of course, back to, he wants to have a party. He's at home at the beach house. But of course, we have JJ, which it was nice to see JJ and Jordan. They were bringing in a Christmas tree. And it's funny because, they mentioned, I think Spencer mentioned, like, please tell me you didn't take that tree from a kid or whatever. And he's like, it's not my fault. The kid chose to, like, get a tree in the last day before Christmas or whatever, or, like, whatever. He said something like that. And it was so nice to see JJ. I was talking about it in the pre-show live before it. So JJ is, like, one of my favorite characters. And he's also a character that can really put a smile on our face when everything is just so, like, everything just is like sucking with everybody's like drama. So it's nice to have someone levity with JJ being funny and actually like wanting people to be together and wanting people not to fight. So it's fun. It's cool because, Spencer wants to have a party initially so he can invite Olivia and really trying to like smooth things over so they can get back to where they were. So essentially that's the only reason why this man wanted to do a party. And mind you, Jordan and Asher and JJ's faces when Spencer said, I want to have a party, was the funniest thing in the world. They're like, Spencer James wants to have a party. And we saw this in the trailer where they were like, kind of like, ragging on him saying, you want to throw a party? And so it's like, yeah, I can have fun. I want to throw a party. You know what I mean? And so I think we should all come together. This is the season, like JJ said, where we all come together and then Coop's like, yeah, like all come together. You mean like, why don't you just call her or whatever? Meaning that, you want to come together with somebody? Why don't you just call Olivia instead of trying to like make it like sound like you want to do this party? And it's like, they said that initially we think Spencer's going to do this party, but let's be real. They've been waiting for this moment forever, Asher, JJ, and Jordan. So they all take it upon themselves to make it a big party. Even though Spencer said, small, Jordan, small. I'm not joking around, dude. You like to go all bad shit with parties, but small, man. And, of course, makes it a huge blowout party, even though that's not what Spencer wanted. And they turn it into, of course, a Secret Santa. That's what JJ turns it into. And JJ is so smart on the way he looks at his friend group to know who's having issues. He's the only one that calls out people for their bullshit, really, when it comes to, like, him and Coop. And to find out, like, he always has clever ways to get everybody together to get people to, like, deal with their problems kind of head on. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But, in this case, he gets, like, Olivia to have Spencer. He gets Simone and Layla to have each other because he knows that there's going to be some awkwardness there. I don't know how he knows that, in a way, because he doesn't know about, Jordan having a crush on Layla. And, and that kind of being the reason, him and Olivia broke up in a way. And also Olivia having, feelings for Damon. So it's like he's so in tune, which makes me feel like my theory that, someone asked me in the pre-show live, like, who do you think is going to find out first that Layla and Jordan are kind of like have like chemistry and are going to get together? And I'm thinking it's JJ, because how would he know that they would need to have that Secret Santa thing? You know what I mean? It's like, I think JJ is very in tune to what's going on, even though he thinks that even though people think that no one's paying attention to what's going on, knows what's going on because he's so aware, because he's the only one that really knows when people are fighting and really when people come together. And I feel like that's why he did this, to have people come together. So JJ knows, man, he knows. So, it's weird because we didn't see JJ at the party, even though he's the one that did Secret Santa and really was the one that, like, did the party. I think we might have seen him for a minute. I'm not quite sure. And there it goes yet again, where the writers, I feel like, don't really know what they want to do with that character. And I'm hoping we have more of him this season, because it was nice to have him bring in the tree. It was nice to have him really, like, feel like, oh, I want to do this party. Like, it's a big deal. Like, having the moment with, like, Jordan and Asher, like, oh, I've been waiting for this moment my entire life. Let's do this party. But it's like we barely saw him really interact with anybody. And that kind of upsets me that they keep doing this to that character. But other than that, though, we don't know who Spencer had. We don't really know who Jordan had. We don't really know who Keisha had. And we don't really know who's, like, that's pretty much it. We really don't know who anybody else had, except, Olivia had Spencer, and Layla and Simone had each other. And, that was very awkward, the moment where, like, they were, like, when they all got the text out to come to this party and said it's a Secret Santa party, and then JJ texting Simone saying, you have Layla, and then that one little, like, messed up thing that because Layla came in, I think, to talk to, I forget who, maybe to talk to, I don't know if it was Clay again, I'm not quite sure, she came in to the cafe for something, if I'm correct, or I can't remember where she came in, and then told Keisha, like, oh, like, I have to see if Layla, like, I have to see if Layla wants any of my scraps or whatever, or something like that. She mentioned, like, Layla wants her scraps and shit. And I said, who the fuck are you to say Layla wants my scraps? When, again, you broke up with him. Why are you mad that Layla, even if he is dating Layla, why are you mad at Layla? Like, why are you mad at Layla? What did she really do? Because again, you did this to the point where it opened Layla's eyes because you opened Jordan, you made Jordan open his eyes to the fact of him and Layla have more of a connection. So you did this. They did nothing wrong. That makes no sense to me why she has the nerve to tell Keisha, like, oh, I guess, I have to see if Layla wants any more of my scraps on the fact of, like, her trying to get her a gift for Secret Santa. I said, what the fuck? I said, Simone, you have some fucking nerve when you're the one that caused this. I can't imagine any fan out there that doesn't see that she's the one that caused this shit. Because, again, Jordan saw it first, what she was doing. And that set it up where Jordan finally realized, oh my god, I actually have a connection with Layla. You know what I mean? I actually think I'm liking Layla. I wonder why. The lack of any work that Simone put into the relationship. And Jordan seeing what Simone was doing. You know what I mean? It's like it's bullshit to me. It's like, really? That was cut. That you have the nerve to call Jordan your scraps, and Layla wants your scraps. I was like, wow, okay. So but that interaction was so like weird. I mean, it was really nice, the gifts that they got for each other, and I feel like in a way that kind of hopefully says to Simone, because I mean, even though what Layla got Simone was a really nice gift about, the number 6, because, she was made the 6th spot on the tennis team at Bringston, but also it was a bear, it was a bear on her charm bracelet as well, that was on the charm bracelet. I think it was like a key, I think it was a charm bracelet if I'm correct. That also had bears that, apparently Baby Shay loves bears, and Simone's the only one that knows that, and Simone only told Jordan, and she told Keisha saying, like, that's why I'm upset, because Jordan is telling Layla my personal stuff that only I told him, my personal stuff about my personal life. And it's like, I don't understand why you're angry about that, because yet again, that wouldn't happen if you didn't do what you did and you not breaking up with him. So it's like, you can't be mad that he wants to share that information. I mean, at the end of the day, Layla's his friend. You know what I mean? Like, Layla's his friend. Whether they're dating or not, that's someone he's going to confide in. Especially after all the stuff you were doing, that was the person he was confiding in. Him and Layla and Jordan were the only ones that really could confide in each other and their moment of, like, and their moment of, like, being down in the dumps. And, you know what I mean? As, like, they were the only two. So it's like, you can't blame him for that he was telling Layla stuff of the only person he really felt like he could confide in. That's not on him. You were telling Keisha and all them stuff about what was going on between you and Jordan and shit like that, probably personal shit and all that crap. It's just, I mean, like, you have to just expect that. So I don't know why you're getting angry yet again at Jordan and yet again at Layla. It makes no sense. But there was a nice gift that Simone gave to, Layla was, it was her own personal, record of all the songs that Layla made to show her that, don't forget that you're a badass. And it's so sad because they're still, like, friends, even though, again, in the way, the only reason that Layla's not pursuing Jordan is because Layla doesn't want to screw up the friendship of what her and Simone kind of have. So it's like, why are you mad at Layla because of what you did? You know what I mean? It's like she is literally not trying to pursue Jordan because she doesn't want to make things awkward. And the fact that you had the nerve to say that, and you just assume that they're dating, and you're just, you know what I mean? And just assuming that Layla doesn't care, but yes, she does care because she's not pursuing Jordan. It's like Olivia does, I mean, it's like Simone doesn't know the true story of what's going on. She's just assuming things. And again, and you know what I mean? And also, yet again, the only reason she broke up with Jordan is because she thought she was going to get with Damon. But my bro Damon was not sitting around waiting for a girl that couldn't realize what she wanted. He went to someone that actually had a connection with. It's like, it's not fair that she's taking out things on everybody else because she's the one that screwed up. And I'm hoping you guys can understand where I'm coming from, because it's like, it's so annoying. You know what I mean? That, like, Simone was acting like this. I was like, what the hell? I was like, geez. Like, it was really uncalled for when she said, oh, she wants my scraps. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, uncalled for. I was like, damn. But yeah, honestly though, the real sucky thing about this episode was, Coop going up to Layla. No, Coop going up to Olivia, saying like, "Oh, I took a picture. See that this was my secret Santa." I think, if I'm correct, I think Coop had Olivia and said, "This is what I wanted for my. This is what I want. This was my gift to you for Secret Santa. See, this is true love right here." And of course, Spencer saw, and of course, Olivia wasn't happy about the whole how, like, I guess the way everything is now, things are awkward between her and Spencer and all that shit. And I knew that right away when Spencer came to invite Olivia, and Olivia, like, said yes, she would go, and was kind of giving my boy Spencer some hope that they were going to work things out. And Spencer came in, to give her a kiss on the cheek, and she kind of, like, was, like, very irked, like, she was kind of, like, irked out, like, she kind of just didn't know what to do. It kind of felt awkward for Olivia. I was kind of like, oh, shit. I was like, you're not going to go to this man's party. And since this is the first time he's ever thrown a party, ever, you can't go there. You can't, like, say yes, give this man hope for a dude that never throws party, but threw a party to make things work out with you. He literally threw this party for you. You're not going to do that. And, of course, Spence, when, Spence sees Coop show the picture and then sees that, she's annoying Olivia, says, Coop, stop. And he's like, I see two dumbasses or whatever, when she said, I see two people in love or whatever. And then she's like, or two dumbasses, when it's true. They're acting like dumbasses, essentially. It's like, why are you telling Coop to stop, Spencer, when, again, if Coop didn't go and confront Olivia at the house about Olivia ducking you and hiding from you and hiding from you guys trying to fix your relationship, she would not have been there at the house for you to even invite her to that party. I don't like how he was taking things out on Coop when Coop is really only trying to help. I feel like Coop and JJ get thrown underneath the bus for just trying to do what's right, and it's so fucking annoying. I hate it. It's just so unappreciative. Like, I would love a friend like Coop to be getting my back like that. I would love a friend like JJ. It's like, they write these characters so good, where, like, these are, like, friends people wish that they have. You know what I mean? Like, they wish that they had in their friend group. And it's like, wow. And it sucks because I was correct. Olivia ends up pretty much, I guess wants to get, like, she realized that she wants to get back with Spencer. But Spencer's the one that says we need to break up. Because Spencer says to Keisha earlier in the episode, when, Cam cancels on her about her meeting Cam's parents, or Keisha meeting Cam's parents, Spencer's giving Keisha some advice, and Keisha's like, I don't even know which one's the real Cam. This, Los Angeles Cam, or, the Cam that's at Bringston. And then that's when Spencer's like, you have to see when Cam is, a moment that makes Cam happy, because that will show the real Cam. And she's like, you should be like, if things don't work out with football, you should be like a psych major, or you should do like therapy, or be do psych major stuff. And he's like, that's why I majored in. I majored in, psych stuff. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I was doing, like, stuff like that. So, it's interesting because Spencer's been paying attention to Olivia. Even though Olivia's not being there at his games, and Olivia's been trying to avoid him, he still sees her, and that she's being happy at, with her friends at, at her internship. She is, he sees how happy that she was when, she was talking to Keisha. And saying that, but when you're around me, your light, your light turns out. And he's like, I can't be the reason that your light goes out. And that's true, is that he broke up with her because he does not want her to feel like every time she's around him, like, it makes her feel sad. It makes her feel like, she can't be happy. He doesn't want her to have that feeling. And I don't blame him. I mean, that's not fair to him that he has to feel like he's the reason that she's not happy, and he's the reason that her light goes out of happiness, and her light goes out of her drive of following her dreams. He said, I never asked you to give up anything, same as how you didn't ask me to give up football. And it makes a good point. So I'm happy Spencer did what he did, even though Olivia's like, I understand, and Olivia's like, this isn't the end of our story. And it's like, it didn't really have to be the end of your story if you would just leave that damn, like, article alone. Just leave it alone. And they're going to still go through with it, even though she's saying, I understand. She's still going to go through with it. And again, even Billy said at the end of this episode when he saw Laura, saying that, like, I think Olivia may be right or whatever, saying that, Coach, it's not Coach Grant, it's Coach, no, it's not Coach Grant, it's Coach, I forget. I know it's not Coach Grant, it's Coach Garrett. There we go. Coach Garrett is apparently paying his football players more to do damage to other players to take them out in the season. He's paying his players more to take people out for the season on other teams. And that's when Asher said, yeah, like we my team, UCLA, we barely scraped by, you know what I mean, to get into the bowl. And then that's when Olivia's like, well, yeah, because they had Spencer on their team, GSU. And he's like, no, because, they were literally taking out our players. It looked like they were trying to take out our players for the whole entire year or whatever, or somebody said something like that. And then that's when Olivia looked at it from the perspective of that's why Wade was saying, look at this footage because the answer is right there. And it's like, I can't believe Coach Garrett's doing that. And that's when Billy said to Laura, like, this is correct. I think Coach Garrett is actually hiring his paying his players more to take out other people on other teams. And that just doesn't just get him fired, but it's also, this will totally ruin it'll totally ruin this there's a word for it. Will totally ruin that program, that GSU program, the football program. It'll totally like ruin it. And right away I was thinking that's going to totally like ruin Spencer and Jordan wanting to get to the NFL. Even though I know this is like Spencer, Spencer Pasinger is a real dude in real life. He gets to the NFL, but like I don't know what they're going to do here. It's like I feel like I don't see them ending this series eventually where it's like, oh, Spencer doesn't go to the NFL. He's going to, but it's like I wonder what the hell is gonna happen though, because I don't see this going well. Where like I see it happening where like the program probably does get fucked up, and then Spencer and Jordan are gonna have to wait to see if they even get picked up by any other college. You know what I mean? That will like let them be on their team, because if Billy and Olivia go through with this, it could like what coach is going to want to touch any player on the GSU team? Because it could be anybody that Coach Garrett was paying to take out other players on other teams out for the entire season. It's like you don't know. Them doing this to help Jordan and so-called help Jordan and Spencer could totally ruin it, not just for Jordan and Spencer, for other players that didn't do anything wrong, that weren't getting paid to take out other players on other teams for the entire season. It's like, they're not thinking this through. It's a lose-lose situation where like they go through this wanting to help Spencer and Jordan. Spencer and Jordan are never going to talk to Billy and Olivia. Ever. Like, there goes any chance with Spencer getting back together with Olivia if this goes through. There goes any chance of Spencer wanting to ever talk to Billy again. This goes any chance for Jordan even wanting to talk to his sister Olivia, or of course his father Billy. And I mean, it's kind of just, it's a lose-lose situation, what they're trying to do. Even though I understand where they're coming from, it's like, it's screwed. This could ruin their future. You're playing with somebody's future. And I just don't understand why Billy's like kind of okay with this. I understand he wants to help them, and he said to Spencer that he had his back when like Jordan goes to, he wants to get like a second opinion on like, and if his hand's fine enough like to go play football, because they barely scraped by like GSU even with Spencer, because the second string quarterback that they had since Jordan's been out has been garbage. Like apparently they barely scraped by. And the fact that, like, since Coach Garrett kind of is jumping at the fact of, like, oh, like, you're out of your cast now, you're good to go. And pretty much saying, oh, like, I know a person, and he said that, I think he's going to give you some good news or whatever about your hand, and you don't have to do any more therapy, and you're just good to go. And and even the second, the person that Billy had, the person that Billy knew to look at Jordan's hand to see if it was okay, he said I would do like a couple more, maybe therapies just to like strengthen it, or a couple more, strength exercises to make sure your hand is okay. But other than that, you're good to go whenever you want to. And in a way, Jordan just can't decide what he wants to do. He can't decide, like, he's asking Billy, what should I do? And then Billy's like, well, do whatever you want to do. You should do how you feel. You should do what you feel. Like, you feel like you're able to play? And if you're not, there's always other games. But in all seriousness, we all know how Coach Garrett is. And he would pretty much probably put Jordan on the bench forever and never let Jordan play if he kind of gave if Jordan gave Coach Garrett that answer. And that's essentially what, Jordan was going to do. He was going to talk to Coach Garrett to tell him, look, I don't feel comfortable yet. I kind of want to, do a little bit more strength training on my hand, or maybe do a little bit more therapy. Let's just give it a minute. But of course, he just would not let Jordan talk and said, like, oh, Baker's back. He's gonna be like, we're gonna get into this. We're gonna win this bowl or whatever. Pretty much saying that and all that shit. And it's kind of like, I don't know. I mean, it's very interesting to see what will happen with Jordan's hands. I have a feeling since he's doing this, because Coach Garrett wouldn't let him talk, I have a feeling he might hurt his hand for good. I don't know why I have that feeling, but I have a feeling I could see that happening. And it kind of is very scary that Coach Garrett's bullshit could totally fuck up Jordan's future as being a quarterback, like, for good. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm really, really praying that Layla and Jordan get together, because Layla was kind of being very, like, oh no, like, that one kiss that's the only thing the time that was ever going to happen, even though we don't talk about it or whatever. And, you know, but anyway, Jordan's playing it smart, where he's like, you know, there was a mistletoe at the end of the episode, and he was like, oh, he's like, oh, we can't, like, ruin the rules. We can't ruin this, tradition of when there's a mistletoe, we have to kiss. You know what I mean? And, he looked like Layla was about to come in for the kiss, but then that's when Jordan said, oh, but I kind of like you, squirm, so, we're just gonna see how long this lasts and stuff like that. So he's playing it smart, where it's like, Layla's gonna realize that, you know what, fuck this. I'm done resisting. I love this man. Let's date. You know what I mean? It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I'm excited. I'm excited to see them date, because they're such a great match. And I don't even feel bad for Simone. I don't feel bad, because you did this. You did this at the end of the day. What you were saying was so uncalled for in this episode. It just makes me not excited to watch your show. You know what I mean? I hate to say that, but it just really doesn't. It's like, wow. It's like, jeez. But I'm not gonna lie. The moment that, like, Spencer had with Keisha, I'm not gonna lie, they would have been a cute couple. I know us Spolivia fans are kind of going to be upset that I'm probably going to say that, but honestly, I think Keisha and Spencer would have been a great-ass couple. They would have been a unit. Like, the way they operate, I feel like they would have been a good couple. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like there was a reason also that Keisha kind of had a crush on, like, kind of like, had a little crush on Spencer when he first came to, what is it, why am I blanket, to Brixton, you know what I mean? Like she kind of, like, Spencer was cute and kind of, and saw that he was a nice dude. I don't know. I just feel like, I was like, wow. Me and my sister was like, wow, they'd actually, like, I think they'd be a good couple. And it kind of made me think to myself, well, if things don't go well with Olivia, I don't mind seeing this if they wanted to do something like that. But it's like, no, I really want Olivia to realize that, this isn't worth it. But I don't. That's not what's gonna happen. I mean, we all know Olivia's character, where she's gonna go through with it. Shit's gonna go sideways probably, and I don't know. It upsets me that they wrote her character like that, because I wasn't expecting Olivia's character to be like that. But I don't know. I'm excited to see what art, like, how this will go. If she'll realize what she's doing is not the smartest idea, I hope so. But honestly, great first episode to start this season. I loved this episode. I was like, wow, I'm really enjoying this. It's so good to be back watching All American. And like I said, I was excited for the season when I saw the trailer, but I wasn't, like, super excited. I wasn't like, oh my god, I'm counting down the days. I was kind of like, as we were getting closer to the days, I was like, oh shit. I was like, I don't know, I'm just not that excited. I was telling my sister Bethany, I was like, I'm just not that excited. I'm excited, but, like, I don't know, I'm just not that excited. Mainly it's because of the lack of football we've been having. I need more football writers. Writer of the show, I need more football. Cast of the show, I need more football. Guys, there's enough of you following my channel that we could send these reviews for the show to the cast and the crew and everybody involved with All American. Let's just share it to them. Let them know I love the show, and let them know we really do care about the writing, and let them know that we really want more football and we really want more JJ. Let them know. Give that actor that plays JJ more stuff to do, because we love that character. That character, like, makes us feel so good in the heat of it when things go to shit. So please give us more of that character. We love that character. And, please make stuff between Olivia and Spencer go well soon, because I don't know how much longer I want to do this, because I'm going to show you guys the promo for next week's episode. I'm going to play it right now.
What the hell is wrong with you, man? You better get it together. Get it together. What I had with Liv was special. It ain't that easy just to move on. Leave my team alone. Are you that desperate for a story?
What did you two see out there?
This affects the entire team.
So you guys just saw that. My man Spencer is having a rough time trying to just get back to kicking ass. You know what I mean? On the field. And I have a bad feeling usually when shit gets in Spencer's head, he starts to get injuries, and he starts to, like, I don't want his injury acting up again with his shoulder. Sweet Lord, if this Olivia shit makes his shoulder act up, I'm going to be so pissed. So pissed. Because it took him so long to get over that like the messing around that was going on in his head. You know what I mean? Like to get over his mind playing tricks on him to make him feel like he had an injury. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? He's just, I'm hoping nothing happens. And it's just one bad game that he has, he can get back to it. I'm hoping. Because I don't want him, like, getting his ass kicked on the field until they get back together, because that would suck. But honestly, though, I'm really curious to know, guys, yet again, what your thoughts are on the first episode of All-American Season 5, Episode 1. What did you guys think? Did you guys like this episode? Did you guys not like this episode? Are you guys, like, do you have any theories about, any theories about where things are going to go? I'm really curious to know. Also, yet again, you guys said it in the pre-show live that, you know, you want us to actually do more live streams. So, you know, I said in the chat, I was actually thinking about, you know, since we're going to be doing our All-American Homecoming spoiler reviews on Tuesdays from now on, I figured what we can do is that, you know, I said it in the pre-show live, I was like, you know, we can live stream our spoiler review so that way we can actually talk to you guys about what you guys thought about the episode and give your opinions on the episode, like in person in a way. You know what I mean? I thought that'd be actually a fun way to do things. If it wasn't for my sister having Dancing with the Stars on Mondays and also sometimes having work the next day and stuff like that, I would suggest, you know, oh, we could do like, you know, and I'll, no, mainly the work too, and also not watching Dancing with the Stars and all that stuff being, you know, her wanting to watch it after, you know, we're done watching All American, but also for the fact of All American Homecoming is on after All American. So even if we did a spoiler review live stream for All American, you guys wouldn't be in the chat, a lot of you guys, because you guys are probably watching All American Homecoming at the time that we'll be doing our live for you know, our All American live spoiler review. So that's why I'm happy that, you know, I'll do these right after we're usually done watching All American. I'll put it up, and then tomorrow it actually gives you guys a chance to actually come and talk and give your opinion, not just on All-American, but on All-American Homecoming, because you guys would have watched the day prior after watching All-American. So it just gives us a chance to actually talk about both in the pre-show live, or not pre-show live, in our live spoiler review for All-American Homecoming. You guys get to talk about both. And also get to watch my spoiler review I do right after that drops the next day. That will be the same day that our spoiler review live goes up. That we put up, you know, for All American Homecoming. Speaking of which, our our live stream spoiler review for All American Homecoming will start at 7 o'clock, and we'll watch it at 6 o'clock. So we're gonna watch All American Homecoming at 6 o'clock tomorrow Eastern time, but our live will start at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Our spoiler review. So I can't wait to talk to you guys about both All American Homecoming Season 2 Episode 1, but also All American Season 5 Episode 1. I'm excited to talk about both because this season for both shows is going to be insane, especially with how everything is going on. I'm super excited. I think this might be, since I saw this first episode, I'm really excited for the season now. I'm stoked. So I'm just excited for that, guys. Again here, if you are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, put in notifications, and like this video, because you guys are not going to want to miss our pre-show lives every Monday at 6:50, you know, Eastern time, or 6:50 p.m. Eastern time every Monday, and then spoiler review the next day for All American, and then the same day as my spoiler review drops for All American, our live stream for All American Homecoming spoiler review will be starting at, again, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern time. So you guys don't want to miss any of that, along with some future content that I will be doing, because, again, I bought the PC. For people that weren't in the pre-show live, I'm telling you right now, I bought the PC, which opens up so many different possibilities here for this channel, so many things I've been wanting to do. I've been wanting to do, like, live watch parties, and be able to share the screen and do stuff like that, and I can actually do that now. I don't know if it's just going to be just for Patreon. I want to open up a Patreon so that way I can fully show the screen and we can actually do like live watch parties on Patreon, and I'll be able to fully show the screen. I think you can, when you're on Patreon, you can actually do lives on Patreon, if I'm correct. And you can actually like share the screen and do watch parties. And also that, and not only that, but I can actually like, me and my sister can like react to like movies and shows and film them, and I can share the screen. And you guys will see that when you watch our reaction of whatever show or movie that we do, and the screen will be shown. And I don't have to worry about copyright claims. I don't have to worry about my videos getting taken down, because on Patreon I'll be able to actually show like my the screen and stuff now that I have my now that I'm going to be getting my PC. but also because it's going to be on Patreon and on YouTube, so I'll be able to like avoid all the copyright claims and videos being taken down. That's one thing, the reason why I couldn't do it now is because I'm on YouTube right now and I don't have a PC. But now that I have a PC, I might start a Patreon, and if I do start a Patreon, it's probably going to be like $2 to get the Patreon, or $3 to get the Patreon. I'm not like all these other YouTubers are going to like make you spend like 13 bucks on the Patreon or anything like that. Like, I'm not going to make you guys do that. Like, it'd be like $4 at the latest. You know what I mean? I'm not going to make you pay like a shit ton of money to do that. You know what I mean? But honestly though, it just opens up so many possibilities. Also, like, it just opens up so much more content for you guys. That's, at the end of the day, that's why I do it, is because I want to show you, I want to share my love for, you know, for like comic book stuff, and share my love for any show that I like or any movie that I like, and connect with you guys if you guys like the same things as me, and also show you guys that you can do anything that you can do anything that you want when it comes to achieving your dreams. Don't let anybody tell you you can't achieve your dreams, because you can achieve your dreams. And again, my channel stands for love, positivity, and motivation. And that's, at the end of the day, why I initially started this channel, is to share the things that I love, but also tell you guys that you can achieve your dreams. You can follow your dreams. Anything is possible. Like, don't let anybody tell you you can't do anything, because you can. And that's why I'm loving how much this channel is growing. I'm loving how many, like, every live I do, we get more and more people in the live streams. It makes me feel like my message is getting out there, and I'm actually making a difference, and showing people that you can follow your dreams. Because that's why, again, why I started this channel, is to show people you can do it. So if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel out there, do it. Don't, like, stop waiting, do it. You can do this. Achieve your dreams if you want to do that. Or if you have any dream out there, just do it. You know what I mean? Go do it. So, honestly, guys, I'm super excited for next Monday's episode 2 of season 5 of All American. And yeah, so, and also I'm excited to do the pre-show live next week, again, for All American on Monday at 6:50 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm super excited. I cannot wait. But yet again, guys, that was the video. I hope everybody has a great day, a safe day, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.